Alright, we are live. There we go. Get this into Facebook. One. Make sure we can get this into Instagram. There we go. Facebook. I got this on all the platforms now, baby. Ooh, Reese Simply's coming out with some new features. They're going to be absolutely awesome. Super awesome. Like, I'm stoked. I'm going to go to my profile. If you're tuning in, let me know where you're from, where you're watching. Let's get this in our Facebook group. Where's my paste? Share to a group. We only got a couple more groups to go. What's going on, Sage? Man, I'm trying this Nicorette gum to see if this helps with, like, concentration. Shit is fucking spicy. Because I don't really like taking Adderall. Because it makes the come downs can be kind of wild. So I'm testing out Nicorette and testing out mushrooms. And seeing if Nicorette improves with the focus. Get this in all our groups. We got so many damn groups. Alright, if you're tuning in, tell me where you're tuning in from. Ooh, we got... What's going up? Realty by Kevin. What's going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. We got ZIM. Someone named Not Matthew. I'm guessing he's named Matthew. Alright, guys. We got 2 contracts today. Well, we got one last night. We got one today, so I guess 2 in 24 hours. Now, it is time for us to call the rest of these sellers. What's going on, Mike? It's a little loud. Can you guys hear that? Let me know. Investor Boots just tuned in. We use Investor Boots every day. I think we just place an order with them. So this guy has to be pulling our chain.
Hi, you have reached the Morris family. Please leave a detail.
I guess not. It's a $600,000 house. He wants... Oh. Well, this Nicorette gum is wild. Not doing that again. Oh my god, I just hit like a gag reflex. Yo, what's going on, Jamie? What's going on, Charlie? Thank you for tuning in, bro. We got Mike McDonald. Hey, Trish. I love you, Trish. Trish, if you're still in here, you're awesome. Jamie, how's business going, bro?
Hi, you have reached the Morris.
All right, so this man is going into our active leads. He just responded. The house is worth supposedly $600,000 according to Zillow, and he wants $100,000. So I'm here for it.
Hi, you have reached the Morris family. Please leave a detailed message.
All right, so this one's out in PA. I love these leads in PA. But he texted us back. He just said $103,000 is what he wants. That's huge. So this guy will be moved to our active leads. And not all leads respond this way. to where they're just like ready to go. But we did just get I think a 30 bagger. Investor Boots loves Lead Zolo and the boss Strat Daddy. Thank you, bro. Thank you for putting the $ in Strat Daddy. That makes it even better. So we have some people in Georgia who are still trying to get a hold of. Leaving Tampa before the hurricane. That's what everybody keeps saying, bro. Everybody says they're trying to avoid this hurricane down in Tampa. Jamie, what's the biggest issue you're having that you want to streamline? What's going on, Mike? Yeah, Jamie, let me know what your biggest issue is. Just put it in the chat, and I'll hopefully try and answer it. Because for me in this challenge, we have not done well at all. What's going on, Grego? Grego tuning in from YouTube. Me and Greg should have another... Greg, we're going for a fucking 40 banger on this other one, too. Me, you, and our realtor partner are going to be banging out. Greg says MLS next week for the other NY deal. Huge. We got one 40 banger. We're going to have another 40 banger coming in. Just so sexy. Mwah. Chef's kiss. This is a deal I'm doing with Greg out in New York. Novation King. My man Rich. Novations are not a scam. I promise. Everybody who's watching this, I've learned how to do novations through Rich's YouTube. Novations are not a scam. All right, here we go. We'll try this guy a couple more times. And then hopefully Tidal gets back on this other one that we're buying anytime soon. We'll see if it even comes with it.
Please leave your message for 6789.
So guys, I don't ever leave voicemails. And let me know if my speaker's too loud for you. I am for sure in our voicemail jail, Greg.
Please leave your message.
This is we have the hard part with what we have going on with Lead Zolo. If you guys have leads that are coming in at any, like if they're coming in whenever, just get them on the phone. Because we have leads coming in like 3 in the morning. And I need to hire on someone who just hops on the phone with these people. Because I haven't been doing it very well when it's like 3 in the morning. Kind of bites us in the ass. Because it's impossible to get these fuckers on the phone. We got to get an offer on him soon. All right, we got Emily. This is a lead that we're working right now. Why don't I leave voicemails? I only leave voicemails at certain times. But at the beginning, if we're right there, I don't see a need to. We do 2 calls, then a text, and then from there, we'll call them again. And then on the third batch, I'll leave on the second batch, I'll leave a voicemail. But in this time frame,
Please leave your message for nothing.
Greg says voicemails are a waste of time. Most of the time, they know who the hell's calling them, right? And the biggest thing with us, as soon as a lead comes in, they get a text message immediately, then they get an email, then they get another text message, another email, and then they get an email again, and then they get one more text, all within about an hour span. So, I mean, like, bro, they know who the hell's calling them. We don't really need to. What's going on, Drew? Drew, I didn't text you back. We have an interview set up again, or we sent over voice recordings again for someone else. I'm working on it. And the reason we don't have VAs cold calling for us, I think inbound leads are a little bit easier to work when it comes to like this, what we were doing for the challenge, and I didn't want to have to manage a bunch of cold callers because we kind of shut down our cold calling company. We do VA placements and training, but we don't actively manage people anymore. It's just gotten to be too much for not really enough profit, unless you hit scale. Like, you got to hit a good amount of scale.
This is Brenda Robertson. Please leave your name and number, and I'll call you back as soon as possible. Or you can try calling me again.
We got...
This is Brenda Robertson. Please leave your name and number, and I'll call you back as soon as possible. Or you can try calling me again.
We got some people going at it in the comments. We don't have any VAs cold calling. No, we do not. Voicemail's a waste of time. Sam Lamb says never, Greg. I think SMS is all we need, honestly. SMS is all we ever need. We don't need to really leave voicemails. Well, we leave voicemails sporadically, but are we leaving voicemails every time? No. What did you say? We leave voicemails, and on a callback they answer or they call back. I'd say for majority of our stuff, we're gonna have 30% of our leads that we don't get a hold of, and we aren't really trying to. Bro, they know who the hell's calling them. Voicemail doesn't do it. Once we leave one voicemail, for me, all that would do is familiarize them with my voice and let them know it's a real person calling. But besides that, bro, most people aren't getting it. And then if we're ever calling into a landline, bro, there's no need to leave a voicemail either. Greg, I will say, email is not for the dogs. The reason it's not for the dogs, we have all of our emails automated. This morning I woke up with 2 different seller appointments set up through email. It's amazing. Shout out OmniDrip, who sets it up for us. But whenever new leads come in, it hasn't been slapping as much lately, but this morning I woke up with 2 different seller appointments through our email automation too. And like, it's another solid way to get a hold of these people, because when we're doing this inbound marketing, we have sometimes people put in spoof numbers, right? And so we have a spoof number, we can't get a hold of them, but we can send them emails, and their emails are legitimate. Like, you can like see it's like their actual name. They're still in our marketing engine at that point, and then we have all of our drip sequences that keep them in that email follow-up forever. And so if we know the number is like a wrong number or a bad number, all we do is delete the number. We'll skip trace them, see if we can get anything else, and then we continue on the email track. You hate it because it's not systematized. Greg, you hate it because ReSimply isn't working on your behalf, because ReSimply is the way.
This is Brenda Robertson. Please leave your name and number, and I'll call you back as soon as possible. Or you can try call.
And so after one of them, we just have an automated text that sets up a templated text that sets up that I can just click, hey, hit the call. But this is generally our best time to get a hold of people. And right now, these people are in our 7 days of hell. So these are people we're calling multiple times a day. They're getting blown up too. Glean and Kokomo. Oh, God. Sam Lamb. So sometimes, I would say most of the time, if it ever goes straight to voicemail, our numbers aren't blocked because we rotate our numbers. It's
I'm sorry.
they have their notifications turned off, or they have it on their phone to where it's set to go straight to voicemail out the gate, and so that's why we still will send them a text message. Greg, what CRM are you using? If you have what is it? If you have anything that ties into Constant Contact, you can just wrap it up and tie them together, and then from there,
I'm sorry, but the person you called has.
if it's not ReSimply is integrating with Gmail officially, but if it's not ReSimply, whatever email it is, you could tie it into like Constant Contact is who I use for all of my email stuff. I don't know who Resimply's back end is, but then it's just really easy. It goes out and it's no different than like a text message campaign. And then for these, what we do is for the first batch, it'll come in off one number for that day. And then we rotate for each set of 3, we rotate the phone number. And then it'll just continue rotating.
I'm sorry.
But I would say this has got to be 80% of my day. I'm only really averaging, I would say, 100 to 200 minutes of talk time a day. But I'm not averaging crazy numbers of talk time, and that would be off 100 to 200 calls. But like this guy, Tony Clayton, he came in. He's like, I want my offer. I have someone coming to give me an offer today, but he won't get on the phone. I refuse to just shoot someone a text message offer unless I think they're an asshole. And then I'll just send them a text message that I know will piss them off. It's like this Alejandro guy. So he's like, hey, today I got an offer at 170. I'm still negotiating to add 10K more. We'll see if he picks up. No, these are all internal lead Zolo inbound leads. Sam Lamb.
Yet box that has not been set up.
So this guy told us he wants an offer. He's like, I got an offer for 170, but he won't get on the phone. We've tried texting him, leaving him voicemails. We email him. At that point, there's no need for us to continue to we still call him throughout the day, but we're not just going to shoot him a random offer. He's like, I got an offer for 170. It's like, I mean, cool. There's not much we can do about that 170. Jay, you just asked, how do we handle sellers who ghost you after the offer? Let me finish this call and I'll let you know.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 863-662-7961 is not available. At the tone.
Okay, so Sam Lamb, I used to call all leads coming in until we saw the contact rate and decided to have a good VA go through the discovery and send them over for anchor once they've answered. We're hiring on a leads manager, and so I don't see the need to do that. Like your reps, because eventually you're going to hit, I don't know, Sam, what your business looks like, but when you have reps, your reps should be actively working in those new leads. They should have their actively working their active leads. And then in their downtime, if your book of business is big enough, they can spend all day in that CRM and just drum up business. And then your drip campaigns are constantly bringing stuff in to where that VA is really there for the follow-up. And that's just my opinion and what I've seen people operate with the best. I like to get them on the phone because whenever we get them on the phone, it's okay, bam, and then bam. And I don't like multiple points of contact because when we get them on the phone, I want to close them. Jay, how do you handle seller who ghosts you after an offer? Bro, getting ghosted after an offer is really hard. I would say, number one, we need to set the expectations of what is going to happen on that offer. And so one that happened to me the other day that was absolutely infuriating. He was like, hey, okay, we need this price, blah, blah, blah. And I got him and his wife on the phone. I was like, okay, what happens next? If we get you that price, we'd sign the paperwork. We give him that price, and then his wife's like, no, I'm not doing it. I want more options, blah, blah, blah. That shit's just going to happen. Honestly, it's like, hey, we just got to move on. But then we have some people who've ghosted us. We have a drip campaign for the ghosted people where it's just like, hey, a contract was sent out and we didn't hear back from them. And then we continue to call them. But if I go and I check our CRM, I bet you we have So Dennis, we put out an offer with him today. It's like a $900,000 house. We told him he could do 700. Cat, she ghosted us, and then she just like comes back and forth. So we have one dude in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, the other day, where we're like, hey, blah blah blah, this and that. You ready to go? Yes, I'm ready to go. Go through the whole thing, and then it's like disappeared on us. We still 100% hound them forever. Like, he will be on different drip campaigns forever. And then as this new sales rep comes in, he's still going to, like, as soon as they respond back, they get taken through the sales process all over again. And we just want to kind of find out what's going on. But people ghost you all the time. So Valerie ghosted us last week. Vincent ghosted us last week. Don, we're in negotiation with him. We just can't get a hold of him. So Kenneth is a guy where we're negotiating an ovation. Again, this is like a $900,000 house. Well, I think like 8:30. We have an offer out at like 7:30, and then they're like, okay, let me talk to my wife about it. I messed up on that by not like pinning down both of them. I don't want to talk to that guy right now. That's a dead lead calling us back. But so we put him on a drip, and then I'll still call him like a couple times a day, like, hey, what's going on? And then he responded to us. And then now he's like, hey, sorry, I've been doing this and this, no problem. The one last night, we got ghosted by him, I want to say close to a month ago. Him and his husband are in Colorado. They were moving, and then he ghosted us out of nowhere because we were like getting paperwork signed. And then he just texts us back randomly because we had him on a drip campaign saying, hey, sorry, here's my price. It's yours if you want it. Here's the number. Kalani got on the phone with him, talked to him, and he just actually, his friend died, and he's handling his estate. And so he was like, hey, I'm so sorry I kind of went dark on you guys. And then whenever anybody says, like, hey, I need to think it over, blah, 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 and we can't get it done, we think we've overcome all the objections, but we haven't. I always just ask, as we're about to get off that call, I'm just like, hey, can you just do me like one huge favor? And I'm going to go for a no too. But some people do need to think it over. Can you just do me one huge favor? Can you just promise me you're not going to ghost me and fall off the face of the earth? And that, honestly, does a lot. I'm like, yeah, I won't ghost you. I just want to think about this overnight. And so that is how we handle people who ghost us when we give them an offer. Are we notating everything or getting the AIF just in case you can't move it on Investor Lift? No, I don't get the AIF on everything. I would say getting an AIF and putting it up on the market as an owner-occupied home to me is terrifying. Like, as someone who, if someone is like, hey, all of a sudden my house is on the market and I didn't know and this and that, we go for a novation pretty much every time, but some people don't want it, right? And so the one today, I was going for a novation because I thought we could make more money because it is a pretty nice house. But so it's worth $330. We got it at $210. We could have novated it. We're gonna try and sell it like $240. We could have novated it at like the two. I think we could get like 270, 280 for it, which would have been huge. But they're like, hey, I just don't want to wait that long. And we were like, okay. And so that's why we don't do it. If it's some of my friends, no matter what, always get an AIF signed. It's just not something I like to do, especially if it's a Ooh, what's going on, Jay? Thanks for sharing the live. I just don't want to do it on an owner-occupied home. It's someone's home. People on the MLS are fucking wild. Even with Investor Lift, we're starting to get a little bit more intense with our screening process because people are dipshits, in my honest opinion. Thailand Tam. Let me get in a couple calls and I will address that for you. Thailand Tam wants to know, how do we segment our drip
Your call
campaigns?
has been forwarded to
One last dial for Miss Prado. Oh shit! It's 5. I mean, we're calling it damn near 9 o'clock on the West Coast. On the East Coast, I mean. But Thailand Tam, stay patient with me. Let me address this for you. Jeez, I can't even get a fucking person on the phone. Okay. So, Thailand Tam, here is exactly what our drip campaign sequence looks like. Let me go to an inactive lead so I can make sure we're good on one of these. So it depends on the situation that the seller was in. Not that one. Emily Bennett. I don't think Emily Bennett's on one. So Emily is someone who we're waiting on photos from because it's in a crazy spot in Oklahoma, and the house is really wonky. And I wanted to see photos because we were like locking everything up and sending out contracts and getting photos, but like it cost me $300 to $500 to move a house, regardless. Between my investor lift, between photos, like we gotta pay for an AIF, we gotta pay for photos. We got to pay for investor if it can be pretty expensive. So we have, what is this, 30 different drips. And it all varies based off of what's going on. So like if they missed an appointment, if it's owner occupied and vacant, if the offer's too low, you name it, we have a situation that we know, like, okay, this person's in this situation, and we put them on that type of drip campaign. So that's what makes it really easy on us. Sam, we don't pay for an AIF, but we pay a flat fee listing company. Like, what is it? It's between $98 to $200. If it's in Illinois, it'll cost us almost $400, depending on what we can negotiate. So that, I mean, if we do a novation, we still have we use brokerless.
Thanks for calling. Please leave your name and number and this disclosure.
Sam Lamb, what is your name? You've been tuning in this whole time. Guys, streaming's bad luck, I guess. We ain't getting shit on the phone. But all of our leads that are in our we have 328 leads in our no contact, 17 in 7 days of hell, 5 in new leads, 15 in some sort of due diligence, 14 that are active, like we're actively working on them, 14 in offers made, and that's just a little bit. Offers made is like we're in the second half of the active part, or if someone responds, they get moved into our active lead system in Resimply, so we know what we're dealing with and what's going on. Sam, what's your full name? Let me see if I can get Kat on the phone. What's going on, Tristan? How you doing, bro? Bring the Juice joined. What's going on? I got my hat on. Bring the juice.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you...
And then Sam, we quit going after these hard AIFs, or even just like a small deal, because we work really, really hard to get a deal to the finish line, and we were just like, because I think we have fucking 20 canceled deals, bro. We've done like 6 this in this challenge, and we're finally like hitting some momentum. But in our paused deals, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 paused deals. And then we have 23. No, fuck, dude. We have 32 dead deals. So we have 2 in Florida that we canceled this week. One of them we locked up too high. The other one, the guy like threw a bitch fit in the middle of the novation and it wasn't worth it. Another one, a novation that we thought we could move, couldn't necessarily move. One of them we were going to make 23 grand on and the title company fucked up. That one made me really mad. Another one that was like our first deal overall. It was just a bitch. We thought we had it worth a lot more, and then it wasn't. Another one, the seller said, I'm not moving out of the house. I want to get paid before I move. And he didn't tell us this when we'd been in escrow with him for 3 months, and the buyer said, fuck you. And then like the seller had like deal fatigue. What else? One dude just completely ghosted us. One seller lied to us about the foundation, 100%. One seller lied to us and then ghosted us for 2 months and then came back and wanted a higher price. One of them was in Muncie, Indiana. I comped that wrong. One in Little Genesee, me and Greg thought we could do it. We couldn't. One in Pine Bluff, numbers didn't make sense. Another one in Schwartz Creek, Michigan. Seller ghosted us and the price didn't make sense. She lied about the foundation. Then we had a bunch in Detroit and Flint and East Illinois. And all these things, honestly, were just all... You can't... people essentially in Detroit and East St. Louis, they have to give us these fucking houses if we're going to make any money. Same with like Memphis. Like Detroit, Flint, East St. Louis, if we don't get it for pennies and it's not like livable, people just flat out don't want it. And that was a hard lesson to learn. What's going on, bro? Keep getting that grind on, Tristan. Okay. Let's move to our California stuff. We have a couple of California leads still. We're going to try and get another novation locked in this week. Feven. Hey, how's your day? My day's going great. I got my son in front of me. We locked up a deal. It's always good. We'll close 2 tomorrow. We'll close 1 tomorrow. We'll close 1 on Friday. We'll close 1 on Monday. So that's good. And he's trying to sell. Tristan, if you need help selling it, let me know, bro. All right, let's call our California leads. Because after 6, I don't work past 6 because we don't really have leads that are callable after 6 o'clock. Like we got some in San Antonio. But here's this guy in Holtville. Property Radar keeps calling me, and I can't talk to them right now. Sam, send me a DM on IG. I'd love to connect with you, bro. So we'll switch our California number again. Because this guy may have blocked us. Or it's just an overall bad number. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for our California stuff.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message.
And a lot of sometimes with these online leads, we get this stuff where it's just like random. Alright, guys, we're essentially out of leads because I don't like calling people past 8. We've been fucking pumping. We got 30 minutes of live in today. I was a little bit delayed today on getting on the live. Tomorrow morning we'll be, well, no, tomorrow afternoon we'll be back on the live, getting it. Sam, send me a DM on IG, bro. Memphis is dope, all depending on the zip. I don't want to do onesie twosie deals. We made an active decision with lead Zolo. We were getting like 400 leads a month, and I told them to cut it and just send me better leads in better areas. And so now instead of 400 leads a month, we'll get like 100 something leads a month. But I'm getting them in Florida and California, and I can make a lot more money with those, with less work and less of a team and less overhead. And that's what I want. I don't want to like have a big volume operation if I don't need to. I'd rather have a big fat spread operation at all times. Sam, if you got a fund in Memphis, that's dope. And we have we have a list of all the hedge funds in the country. We just don't really use it. I gotta implement it. Cody, we spend lots of money. At like 50 grand for that many leads. But 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna end the stream. I gotta go, and I'll talk to you guys all soon.